I'm Garrett Kellner, the founder and CEO of ShowUp. If you're still using forms, spreadsheets, and chasing vendors down for payments by sending them emails, this is your upgrade. In just a few minutes, I'll show you how you can run your entire vendor process from your computer easier, faster, and completely free. Once you log into the dashboard, you're going to see all your recent events. Those that have closed, those are still live, the dates that they are occurring on, the number of current applications that have applied. And then once we get over here, you can view the applications themselves. You can edit the event, duplicate the event, and get the share link for the event to share on socials, put in the link in your bio, add to your website, wherever you want to place it so the vendors can access the form. You can also close the application, and if you do close it, you can also reopen it, and then you have the option to also delete. As your event starts getting applications, you can view them all from this View Applications modal. So up here is going to give you a breakdown or a description of the event that is visible to all the vendors. You can collect this at any time. And then from here is a breakdown of all the current statuses of your applications. So you can see here the total number, how many are sitting in the queue as new, how many are queued as in review, how many have been approved, and then the number that have been paid for. So these update in real time. There's no manually changing any of these. Everything gets updated in real time based on actions taken from this page or from the vendor taking actions themselves, like paying for their vendor fee. From here, you have all the statuses that you can filter through, the payment status, the different vendor categories, and then the specific booth type that people have applied for. Once we get down here, you can see the actual more details from the vendor themselves. You have their contact information, the category that they applied for, the booth type that they applied for, their current status, their payment status, social links that you can click on and will open up in a new tab, the date it was submitted, and then also the view details. So if you wanted to view more information that you have for custom questions, terms, image uploading, all of that data is then stored here, which you can view and confirm that approvals were checked off as true, or what other information that you were collecting, whether or not they want to be added to a newsletter, for example. All of that data is then in these view details section. So once you reviewed all the information from the applications, you can set up email templates. You have the option for an approval message and a rejection email. These are totally customizable. You can type in anything that you want here, and you can also set a payment window for the vendor. This defines how long they have to actually pay for the vendor fee until their link becomes expired. We do send an automated reminder email 5 hours before the payment link expires, totally automatic. And it's just a duplicate copy of the approval message with a reminder subject line and then an updated payment window displaying that they have 5 hours to pay. Once you set up your email templates, you can jump back to this application section, and then you can begin approving or rejecting vendors. You can multi-select them, so you can select a group of them, you can select all if you wish, and then you can just simply click approve and notify. Once you do that, automated emails go to the vendors, which are the templates that you set up with all the information that you want to provide for the approval vendors or the rejected vendors. So now that you kind of see what the viewing the applications look like, let's go back to how do you even set up your first event. So without doing anything in our platform, you don't have to connect Stripe or do anything like that. You can go to this create event and create your first event. You can name it, type a custom description. You can even get a custom URL. You can put your business name in there, the event name, so it's easy for vendors to see and recognize. You'll put in the date, start time, end time, and then the booth types. So this is totally customizable. You can name your booths. You can give them a specific price, and you also can give them how many are available. We do have inventory management, which we'll show on an actually published vendor form. So if you have high demand booths like food trucks or permanent jewelry, you can cap these at so however many you want to allow, and then once they're sold out, they're sold out. You won't get any more influx of vendors basically reapplying for the same type of category. And then speaking of categories, jumping into the whole custom application builder, we have these default questions, which are kind of the most common things that we see on forums. You can just toggle these on or off if you want to collect that data. The default categories, same type of concept, just click these. And then you also have the option to write any custom categories that you want. So if you're having a specific event geared towards whatever, you can create those types of specific categories. And then the custom questions is very similar to how like a Google form would work. You have the different types of question types, drop down, text area, checkbox, or upload. Everything can be set as required or optional, and pretty easy and straightforward for the vendors to complete. Also, these default questions, if the vendor has gone through the My Profile settings and set up their information like their Instagram and website, these will auto-populate on the form for them, making it super easy and quick for them to apply to your events. So now that we know how to create the vendor form, let's go see one in action. So we'll go back to our dashboard, we'll look at this Fort Lauderdale Summer Market, get the share link, there's the custom URL that I was able to provide this link. Copy this, and I'm just going to paste it. And here's the actual vendor form itself. So if you pass this to put this in your link in your bio, this is what will pop up when someone views it if they're already logged into our platform. If they haven't logged in, they'll just have to sign up or either sign in, and then this is what they'll see. So as you can see, a lot of this is already pre-filled for me. Go through here, select my business category, the additional questions that I've set up. Would you like to be added as our newsletter? How did you hear about this event? File upload file section. You can include unlimited files up to 10 megabytes. Per file, and then a maximum of 50 megabits for the full application itself. So you can ask for however many pictures you need to verify and curate your vendor lineup. And then here's just some simple checkbox terms and conditions. And then here's the booth selection area. So as you can see, this kind of updates in real time. So for this event, for example, I had only one permanent jewelry booth available. It's already sold out, so this cannot be added to my cart, basically eliminating the need for more vendors to sign up for a spot that is already sold. So save them time, save yourself time, and then from here, they would just submit their application. So now that we submit our application, now I'm logged in as a different vendor where all my applications live in this My Application section. Here you can see all the booths that I applied to, their current status, and then this one I just reapplied to and I've been approved. So I got an approval email and it takes me back to this dashboard to pay. So there are no payment links sent in emails. Those are very high risk, high fraud. It's where a lot of scams happen. So we don't send email links, payment links actually in the email. We direct every vendor back to the dashboard where they can click this secure link that goes directly to a Stripe page to actually transact and process the vendor fee. It also clearly tells me when this payment link expires. So I have exactly to this minute when this payment link will then expire. And again, I'll also get an updated email if I haven't paid this, reminding me that I have 5 hours to pay it. So that wraps up the entire process. If you have any other questions or want to see a detailed demo specific to your event, please feel free to reach out to us on our website, joinshowup.io. Thank you.